Today, Justices Dinesh Maheshwari and Sudhanshu Dhulia dealt with a petition that may seem odd to you, but has a long history of litigation at the Supreme Court. The subject of this petition? Mustard. Activist Aruna Rodriguez has challenged the Ministry of Environment and Forest's recent decision to grant approval for commercial cultivation of genetically modified mustard. Her application is specifically against the decisions of the MOEF and the Genetic Engineering Approval Committee, or GEAC, granting approval for the commercial cultivation of GM mustard and to allow environmental release of genetically modified mustard, HT mustard, DMH11 in 5 states. Genetically modified organisms have been a hotly contested issue in the Supreme Court since 2004. An NGO called Gene Campaign filed the first PIL challenging GMO, followed by petitions by Rodriguez and others who approached the court in 2005. The PILs asked the court to direct the government to be transparent with the results of field trials conducted on GM crops. The PIL also asked the GEAC to come up with a rigorous biosafety protocol before granting clearance to GMOs. What potential dangers do GMOs pose? Advocate Prashant Bhushan, appearing for Ms. Rodriguez, referred to an SC committee's findings to explain this to the court on November 3rd. He argued that the committee called the herbicide-tolerant GM crops unsuitable for India. Herbicides are chemicals used to destroy weeds. Mr. Bhushan informed the court that according to the committee, the herbicide sprayed on HT crops can cause cancer and had recommended the use of alternatives. Mr. Bhushan also cited the committee's recommendation for a total ban on all HT crops as a precautionary measure. He told the bench that the center had, in 2016 and 2017, assured the court that no decision had been taken to release GM mustard in the environment, and if any such decisions were taken, it will seek the court's approval. A bench of Justices Dinesh Maheshwari and Sudhanshu Dhulia had asked the center to reply to the application by November 10th and asked the center not to introduce GM mustard crops until further hearings. On November 10th, Attorney General of India R. Venkatramani asked the court to adjourn the case to 17th November as the center's reply had not yet reached the file of the bench. The AG informed the court that assurance given on the last hearing that the center will not take any precipitative action to introduce GM mustard will continue. The court has directed the matter to be listed on November 17th. It will decide on whether GM mustard can be introduced. Meanwhile, in the Chief Justice's court, Advocate Vishnu Shankar Jain mentioned the Gyanvapi petition for urgent listing. He stated that the court's order protecting the object in the mosque, found during the court-appointed survey and claimed to be a shivling, is expiring on November 11th. CJI Chandrachud agreed to constitute a bench and list the case for hearing at 3 p.m. on November 11th, 2022.